Hey. Oh, okay. Hold on. There we go. Hey, everybody. I'm trying to get settled in with this stupid ass wheelchair, but other than that, seems like we got it going on, huh? Okay, let me just turn this last one on. And then I'm ready to go for real. Okay, there's that. Hey, what up, key player? I hope you know that you've been nominated for the People's Choice Awards for, I think it was promoter or something. That was one of them. You got to go on there, though, and make sure people keep voting for you. See? It's the 2024 OK People Choice Awards. I want to say you was nominated under the influencers or something like that. I can't remember. But you got to go look on the page and look through each comment because, you know, it's a big thing out here in Oklahoma City. It's the People Choice Awards. What up, though? How's everybody doing? Y'all already know what today is. Of course, if you don't know, then you didn't read the description. You just came up in here like, oh, okay, the couch is live. Well, then you better get on Facebook. You better get on Facebook and get your votes. Anyways, yes, so if y'all don't know, then now you know. Today is Shroom Talk on the Couch, and we will be talking about shrooms, and I'll be schooling you on a little bit of things that you possibly didn't know about shrooms and probably help you out. You never know. You probably going through it right now, ready to do some shrooms, but you didn't do it because you like, damn, is it gonna pop up in my drug test? I got you. Don't worry. It's Shroom Talk on the Couch. Let's get it popping.
It's for the Couch Chronicles, where there ain't no fucking limits.
Every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday from 8 Central Time. You don't never want to miss a couch. Trust me. It ain't no fucking limits. I said none.
Period. None.
Oh, he's such a geek.
Tell me where you wanna go. I wanna go too. I'm tryna ride with you. I'm tryna head to the moon. I told you before. Open up the door. Is you ready to ride? I need to know, cause I'm ready to go. See, I know my tongue, you got me up all night. And she got some explaining to do. She be coming hard with the truth. She put you in another dimension. Didn't I mention that happened when you're third eye? Cause see the healing thing. She got me on my mind. I'm here, I'm not here. Yeah, but I'm not here. No, that makes sense to you. I'm here, but I'm not here. Here, but I'm not here. But I'm really here. But I'm really. But I'm not really with you. I'm in another dimension. Got me loose, that's the truth. Don't even need no weed, I know it's just a proof. I hear a beat, and I see it like it can speak. All my uncle just call me a geek. I can get nasty, I can't be a freak. But it's nothing you should be concerned about. You coming over, then I'll turn you out. See, in your system, call it 30 South. Got you feeling good in another round. So why you ain't trying to come down? Please don't even bother me. Don't come mess up my energy. I swear I'm here, but I'm not here. I got some things to do. And Lucy, sometimes she reveals the truth. No, I'm not trying to influence you. I'm just speaking about my truth. I'm just telling you how we do. see the hidden facts. Music got me on the run. I'm not here. That makes sense. I'm here, but I'm not here. But I'm not here. But I'm really, but I'm not really with you. I'm in another dimension. I'm not here. But I'm not really with you. I'm in another world. I am not here with you. Hey, everybody, y'all come on in. Hey, Daniel, what's going on? First of all, today is Shroom Talk on the couch. Shout out to everybody that's coming on in. If y'all, I know y'all probably seen my phone drop. It's okay, it's okay. But the reason why we do Shroom Talk is because it's very important. It's another important subject to me, I feel like, that needs to be talked about because you have no idea, hey, love, how many people are, I already know who it is, how many people are doing shrooms and how many people are doing shrooms the wrong way. Some people are just doing shrooms because they see other people doing it, but they don't know that it's levels to this shit. It is levels to this shit. And doing a shroom the wrong way can fuck up your, hey, Weakest Link 99. Make sure y'all go follow him on all social media. But a lot of you guys have been doing it wrong because you see people doing shrooms or it's a cool thing to do. Which, I mean, I guess it is a cool thing to do. Only if you're doing it right. And the reason why I say that is because there's people that's still out there smoking shrooms, and contrary to what you may believe, and you can argue me down all you want, but shrooms are not to be smoked. That's not weed. And again, you can really do shrooms one time and fuck up your whole beliefs on or thoughts on how shrooms is supposed to make you feel or what you're supposed to feel like if you have a trip and it's not a good trip. Nobody wants to drive hours and hours out of state and have a bad trip, right? Well, nobody wants to take a bunch of shrooms or however much shrooms you take and have a bad trip. If you are a first-time shroom taker, don't just be like, yo, this is my first time. I'm about to take 10 grams. You're going to fall right asleep. You're going to get the shroom yarn, like, and you're going to be tired. And that's just what it is. If you take too much of shrooms, whether your tolerance is high or not, if you're not ready for a trip, a shroom trip, you going straight to bed. Night, big baby. Dead ass. Why the fuck this? So, I would start off microdosing. I'm personally not a microdoser. I'm not into that. When I first started, I started off kind of big, which I started off wrong. I'll be the first to admit that, yeah, you said microdosing is probably the best idea. I'll be the first to admit that I took too much the very first time. And I don't know if it was because, actually, no. The first time I took it, I didn't take that much. I only took like 1.5 grams. And I was like, you know what? Next time I take it, I'm going to take 10. 10 grams. I must have a high tolerance. I didn't feel that shit. And I was like, all right, I'm going to take 10 grams. I couldn't even open my eyes. And it's not that I couldn't open my eyes because I was sleepy. No, I was too busy laughing. And I was laughing so hard that I was annoying. So If you don't want to get at that point, don't do that. Start off small. That way you can get a feel of how much shrooms you can take. Because you don't want to just take too much and fall asleep and feel like you wasted your money. Nobody wants to feel like they wasted their money. Seriously, if you are one of those ones that just want to take shrooms to get high, that's cool and all. That is cool. But don't take too much to where you go to sleep and then you call the shroom man like, yo, you gave me a bad batch. I'm asleep. Like, nobody told you to take 10 grams off the rip. Nobody. We told you you can buy 10 grams off the rip, but we never said take it all at one time. So, if you're just now tuning in, it's the Couch Chronicles where it ain't no fucking limits. It is Shroom Talk. Casper, stay on the live. I'm about to bring you up. But I do want to share this with you guys before I bring him up. And unlike
I'm used to taking an eighth and having a good time. I took 1 gram, the most comically small mushroom you've ever seen. It's probably like the size of the tip of my pinky.
right.
Just that big. And when I say I was talking to God for like 4 or 5 hours. Like, I thought I did DMT. Like, as many times as I've done DMT, like, that's what it felt like. Like, I was not on Earth, completely not conscious, like in a kaleidoscope tunnel, like geometric patterns and hearing like whispers and crazy shit. I was like, yo, this is different.
Right.
I ain't never tripped like this. Normally when I trip, I'm just giggly. I feel kind of drunk. You know what I mean?
Right. And you know, if you do shrooms the right way, and there are actually, I told you guys this the last time, but if you wasn't tuned into Shroom Talk the last time, there's actually different retreats that you can go to that will teach you exactly how to use shrooms. You know, so they'll walk you through the journey. They'll help you. They'll hold your hand through the whole journey. You know, and it's really a great experience. Huh?
Some people need that too because
yes.
It can get very overwhelming. And shrooms is one of those things where unless you just keep malic acid like in your house all the time, like if you take too much, there's nothing you can do.
Right.
You just gotta wait it out. You can call 911 and all that bullshit, and you just gonna have a stressful trip.
Yeah, exactly. Like, and that's why again I was saying you have to know what strain. I would say do your research in the strain that you take, how much you're taking, because it's very important. You can take some hillbillies and and you like, you know what? I've been looking for something that's going to help me with my ADHD. That's that's strictly for ADHD. And that's hillbillies. There are certain shrooms that can help you with certain things in your life. You just have to do your research on the specific ones. Don't just be like, oh, I want to get that because it got the name penis in it.
Yeah, shout out to Lion's Mane. Really good neurotropic vitamins for your brain.
Yes.
Helps build neural pathways in your brain similar.
That's why it's so hard to find.
Good.
That's why it's so hard to find. If you guys, a vegan like myself, I'm always looking for Lion's Mane. And it's really hard to find because it has so many health benefits that they don't want us to have.
Yeah, no, so that's actually a common misconception, Queen. With the orange juice thing, that's all based on your body weight and things like that, and also based on your sensitivity to stimulants, particularly natural stimulants like vitamin C and vitamin B12 and B6.
But I will say this. I will say this. I don't know if you guys have ever experienced this, but after I took 31 strips of acid and I had the best trip of my life. My wife, she didn't have such a good time.
Your trip sitter was stressing.
Man, I had the best time. But ever since then, I can bring that feeling of being in another dimension. I could bring that feeling back without even being high, without even taking anything else again. So that feeling that you talk about with orange juice, if you're really in tune with yourself and your trip, anything can do that.
And your mind state, your frame of mind going into the trip before you even ate the shrooms, like your environment. Last time I took shrooms, I did something different than I normally do. Normally, I just fucking tweak out my apartment and fucking go crazy by myself. This time, I hung out with some friends. We went to a nature park with like all these big structures and shit like that. And like art installations and shit, and we went out there at like 12 o'clock in the morning, and we stayed out there until like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, and had a great time. Fantastic. I had a great time. Like a fantastic time. And we had 1 gram of penis envy, and we split it between 3 people, and we were all
a gram,
just 1 gram.
I believe you.
And we were all lit. Like, my one homie, before I put on the SpongeBob movie, the original one. And fucking before that, like, my homie told me, like, after the fact, he was like, yeah, before we watched this movie, like, I was almost not having a good time. Because it's strong. It's strong. If you're not built for it, it will consume you. One time I took that shit, and I was, like, fighting myself not to call 911. Because, like, I was like, yo, like, I'm not having a great time.
Wow.
Because of the circumstances that I built around doing the shrooms. Like, so it's just not a good time. So it's like, you gotta be for real, and you gotta be smart. And also, like you were saying, oh, you gotta research what you're taking. You should be doing that with anything that you're putting in your body, because that's fucking with the way your brain operates and works. It takes one thing that everybody else is fine doing that you're not fine doing, and you don't know it until you do it. And then now, boop, like we was talking the other day when we was talking about the weed and the psychosis and things like that. Like, these things happen. Like, you were playing with your brain. You were playing with the chemistry of the way your
I want to pause real quick because I was so scared, because the last time I brought somebody up, they was jacking their dick off, and I was like, damn, I didn't even think about that. I should have asked them if they was a real person.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so glad.
You know what? I'm actually surprised myself, because you didn't ask anything before you added me. You just straight added me.
Somebody I know, you feel me?
Nah, because I fuck with Casper. That's why I'm here.
Oh, thank you so much for tuning in. So this is actually the Couch Chronicles podcast.
Hey, but I heard that. I got that title though. I do shrooms too.
Hey, that's what's up. Well, I'm glad. Tell us a little bit about you. Well, first of all, can you tell everybody who you are, where you're from, and where you're located?
My name is Biggie Smiles. That's my Instagram name. My real name is Nicole. I'm from California. I live around Sacramento. I have a full-time job, and I'm a dental assistant.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, can you tell us a little bit? Can you tell us a little bit about your experience with shrooms?
I've only done shrooms for 3 years. I do only raw shrooms. I don't do the candy bars. Candy bars are fake. If you haven't learned, candy bars, sometimes they put artificial shrooms in them bitches, and there's no
It's synthetic. It's
there's
a
no
research
there's no
chemical.
psilocybin in the bars, so I only do raw mushrooms.
I wanna interrupt because anybody, y'all, I don't know what she talking about whenever you purchase from me, but y'all know I make all of my candies.
Hey, Janelle.
Okay.
Hey, I'm a living testament. I'm a living testament. Janelle use real shrooms in her shit.
Yeah.
Oh, see, girl, all you was doing was asking about my experience. I'm just talking about my experience.
No, because there are ones that you know. I know exactly what you're talking about because they sell them in the dispensaries out here.
Yeah, well, it's because since it's not really mushrooms, because technically speaking, like I live in New York, right? Mushrooms are decriminalized out here. I can go
Out here too.
real shrooms
Out here
from
too.
my dispensary,
Right.
But in a lot of states, mushrooms is still federally illegal. It's a Schedule 1 charge.
Yes.
Which is the highest.
Some of them is a Schedule 2.
I'm never gonna buy my shrooms in the dispensary because I feel like the dispensary dilute the shrooms and shit.
Okay.
No, because you're buying raw shrooms. So I get mine from a Native American reservation. Like I could literally go and talk to the guy who cultivated my shrooms.
Because that's what I'm saying. With a shroom, you need a real plug for shrooms.
Right.
Like, you can't fuck with dispensaries for shrooms. That's basically you just fucking signifying.
Yeah, so I guess in my situation it is a little bit different because I can talk to like the farm and I can talk to the actual person who grew it and all that kind of stuff. So
I don't know if it's different. That's what you got to do anyway to fuck with shrooms. Because fucking with a dispensary or a business, you can get knocked off.
But this is the thing is not everybody knows that because they're so they really want to get that high. They want
to do shrooms. They see shrooms and they're like, "Oh shit, I'm about to."
Yeah, but these vendors are evil, bro. They just want to make their money, and some niggas rob you and give you fake ass shit.
Yeah, that's even in the streets though. That's why fentanyl is so rampant. Hey, welcome to the couch. Can you tell everybody who you are, where you're from, and where you're located?
Yes.
Okay.
Hold on. You said, hold on.
All right. Well, while he's doing that, if you guys are just now tuning in, it's the Couch Chronicles where it ain't no fucking limits. I do this every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday. I do this every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday from 8 Central Time. Follow Couch Chronicles No Limits on Spotify, Pandora, THA Couch on Facebook, TikTok, and Big O. Couch Chronicles No Limits on Instagram, and my main YouTube Instagram, and my .com, which is THA Real JANELL. Today is Shroom Talk. So if you're watching on Instagram, then we have 4 guests that's going to be on right now. But whenever I do make my reel, you already know that you guys will be able to see them. But I'm actually, I could pull them up. I'm gonna pull them up in the back.
That's
so.
the part. Hey, yo, that's the part. That's a real businesswoman right there, yo.
Thank you.
Hey, if y'all don't know, by the way, if y'all just go on Spotify and Apple Music and support the podcast, just clicking the podcast, liking the podcast, even if you don't listen to it. Simply clicking on the podcast, that helps so much in the algorithms, and it means so much to everybody who does this. So if you can, take your time.
I just sent her a follow just now.
Facts.
You know, me and Janelle go back like 4 flats on a Cadillac.
Facts.
You know what I mean?
Facts.
Yeah, she's been holding it down for so long, and any way I can support, you know, I'm gonna do it. So that's why we here.
I definitely appreciate that.
Can y'all hear me now?
Yeah,
yes.
For some reason, my Bluetooth didn't like the whole being on live. It worked just fine listening, but as soon as I went to join, it said, "Nah, I'm out." I'm Daniel. I'm here living in Oklahoma as well. I haven't used mushrooms until last year. I actually just typically with my line of work and everything I've done, I wasn't really able to mess with any of that.
Yeah, and when you do shrooms, you actually want to know that you're gonna relax and have to be able to like, you know, actually enjoy that full trip without being busy.
Well, yeah, and personally, I'm one of those people where weed hits my body kind of different. Like, if I smoke it, every time I've ever smoked, I've gotten sick. Edibles and tincture, totally all right. But, like, smoking, every time I've gotten sick. So I just haven't really used weed or anything like that much.
Let me ask you this. Yeah. Were you a smoker in general? Like,
no.
Like cigarettes, anything like that?
I got a vape.
That's why. Well, vaping is different, right? So
no, it is, yeah.
Vape, it's water vapor predominantly, so it's heavier than smoke is.
Yeah.
And that's why it's such a turn off for people who do smoke and are trying to go to vaping, because it's
I'm aware of the science. It's not even a physical, like, I hack and then I get sick. It's literally, was like every time I've smoked, I don't know, I overthought myself into being sick. But like edibles and tincture, I'm totally down. I have a good time with those.
That feeling is valid. When you do anything, acid, fucking shrooms, bro, you're those intrusive thoughts. You know,
for some reason,
like
it's only when I smoke.
You're playing with your brain. Like,
Those intrusive thoughts are gonna pop.
Your body is operating in a state that it has not been operating in.
You gotta
download it all. You just put Android OS on an iPhone. It don't know what to do.
Exactly. But like I said, I hadn't messed with like anything really until last year. I started using mushrooms because I felt last year.
Did you start off with how many grams did you start off with, or did you start off microdosing?
And what strain?
I started off with like
and also for me, even me, like, do you microdose or what do you do?
Typically now, I'm microdose here, and which I guess it's a bit more than a microdose. But when I started out, it was I took about a gram and a half of, and I'm not sure which exact strain it is. They're whitish and they got a blue tint to them.
Oh, okay.
It might have been something albino.
It's probably a penis envy, more than likely. If it's got a blue tint to it.
Yeah, penis envy, the shroom itself.
Well, I've had some albino apes and they had a blue tint to them.
Oh shit!
I don't know, and it was actually
it's just like weed. They could all be purple, nigga, but you gotta know how to.
That's true. See, and it's the closest thing to fate that I think I've experienced in a long time.
Okay.
I would say, if you're a real mushroom guard, do research on every shroom you do. Like,
well, that's kind of what was interesting. Is so when I was going through, I had my whole year last year. I mean, like my whole year got Nagasaki. I mean, it was bad.
I feel like all of ours was like that. To be honest,
he got the fat boy.
Let him tell his story.
So, I was happily engaged, wonderful woman, 3 kids. So I had 3 great stepkids plus my daughter. She had depression, anxiety, bipolar. I don't know. She had a great many things. But when she switched,
and let me guess, you probably tried to help her and say, "Hey, you should hit a shroom or something." Like
at one point, I suggested that, and she ended up not doing it. She thought she could just over medicate that with weed, which is ridiculous because weed is a depressant, and it makes you numb to your feelings, but it doesn't do a damn thing to actually fix it.
Sometimes mushrooms can jump your mind when your mind's stagnant.
They like, let him finish his story. Everybody in the comments want to hear him because you got me on my seat. I'm like, what? Okay, you was about to get married. Hold on.
Sometimes people that just come out of comas do mushrooms just because their minds are hella fucking blank and they need something.
Oh yeah, and it promotes great brain activity. But she didn't really try that. But everything kind of went to shit. She switched medications, and she just became unable to care about anything. She left for a week right before Father's Day. Spent the night before Father's Day, and still was all kinds of hostile.
This was her after the shrooms?
Okay, no, whenever one person is speaking, make sure y'all mute y'all mics while he's talking.
Okay, I'm gonna let you speak. I'm gone.
All right. No, she didn't do the mushrooms, but so like she went numb. Everything went to hell. We had a great big fight Father's Day, and that was beginning of June. She went and stayed somewhere else, which that was actually the last night that she had spent in my house was the night before Father's Day. She went and stayed somewhere else. We hadn't officially broken up yet, but she couldn't stand the sight of my face or my voice, which didn't help with depression. Then July 4th hits, which is my favorite holiday in the whole world. I'm a gun-toting, blow-stuff-up redneck. I mean, like, I came from the family where we light the fireworks. Like watching fireworks doesn't do shit for me. Like, so that's my favorite holiday in the whole world. And my grandpa, who is easily 70% of my personality, passed away on the 4th of July.
Oh, God bless.
She didn't even give me a call. She sent me a text, which was pretty chicken shit in my opinion. So that was July 4th. July 7th, my daughter went back to her mom's for the last half of the summer as per our custody agreement. And that meant that I spent July 25th, which is my birthday, completely fucking alone.
I've done that, man.
And
don't feel bad about spending. Don't feel guilty.
Yeah, but I mean, I didn't even get a phone call from the woman that at the time I still loved, and I didn't get to see my stepkids, who I loved like they were my kids. I didn't get to see my kid. I was all kinds of depressed and fucked up. And
were you tripping all in that moment though?
No, this is actually what led up to me trying mushrooms. So, because I'm not going to lie, like that shotgun in the closet got mighty fucking sexy there for a minute. Like, the sexual tension between the bottom of my jaw and the barrel got a little more than I was comfortable with. So I started doing all of the things that are good for your mental health. I started reading self-help books. I went to a therapist. I started doing meditation. I started going to the gym. What the hell else did I do? I got back into fighting, and I got back into hobbies that I enjoy, forcing myself to do all of it, because some stuff works for some people, some stuff doesn't. And me being a lot closer to pulling the trigger than I was comfortable with, I figured I'll do fucking all of them, because one of these is going to work. That same day, I was at work and I was researching all sorts of different ways to boost your mental health and to be more effective with dealing with depression and shit like that. And I read probably 8 different articles talking about psilocybin mushrooms and the fantastic effects they have on the body. At the end of my workday, my buddy Bobby goes, "Hey Dan, you ever tried mushrooms?" And I was like, "Oh shit, hold on. You know what you're talking about, and I fucking don't. I need you to educate me." I said, "Everything I've read said that, like, a good start would be like a microdose. So how many of these would be a microdose?" He's like, "Eat like 3/4 of one of those, man." He's like, These are serious shit.
A microdose is supposed to be the same size as the lines on your fingers. That's how we take. That's how.
No, the best way I say to do a microdose is to get a scale.
I didn't have a scale because he did suggest that, and that's why he just kind of he literally like picked a mushroom for me and was like, "Eat about this much of this one, whatever, and see how you feel. And then if you're feeling good, feeling comfortable, eat another one." And because one of the articles I had read talked about how if you microdose consistently for 3 days in a row, lasting mental health benefits from that can go for 6 months to a year. And, like I said, I certainly wasn't exactly feeling the best. And the best description that I have for that experience was that it almost like solidified your emotions. Like emotions are kind of close to like ghosts. Like you can't see them, you can't fuck with them. They fuck with you.
But that is, what that is? It's not solidifying shit. It's called stagnant energy. It's called procrastination. It's called sticking to energy because you're comfortable. The comfort zone is dangerous.
For the sake of description, I would say solidified because instead of it being something incorporeal that you can't fuck with, it's something that you can pick up and observe from all sides and learn from. And because you understand it better, you handle it better.
Right.
And it was honestly,
I like to describe it as shrooms have a magical way of taking all your insecurities, your problems, all the things you hide, all the things you bury, all the shit you tuck inside, and it brings it to the forefront, and it forces you to acknowledge it, if not deal with it.
Yeah,
exactly. And like I said, I feel like you understand it more, and I feel like that's why it's as effective as it is.
You honestly understand yourself more too. And I always, anybody that knows me, I always tell you, like, if you have an autoimmune disease like myself, I always advise you to at least try shrooms at least one time and see what it does for you. I don't even take my medicine that I used to take anymore.
everybody I know that has any sort of issues understanding themselves or emotions, I'm like, you should try mushrooms. They're like, well, I don't fuck with that. I'm like, listen, I'm telling you, just try it.
I can say
they work.
Just as a full definition, it opens up your mind from being stagnant, from being sitting in that one place of procrastination. It helps you open yourself up and wake your ass up, bruh.
It says, so even if you weigh in, the results can be different. Oh, yeah. No, definitely.
You might come from a point of saying, I don't know how I can do this. And then once you hit the shrooms, you're like, hold on, I got all the solutions.
Yeah.
And
absolutely.
another thing, too, you could get lost in the sauce with the shrooms, too, if you're not careful.
Facts.
If you let yourself jump off the deep end, hey, it's going to be like, yo, we don't even need a parachute.
Let's just say you're doing your shrooms for a purpose and the shrooms take you overboard.
Mm-hmm.
Well, nah, so I know some people that just have that addictive personality, and they might have had a really good experience the first time they did shrooms. Mm-hmm. So the next day they wake up, they're like, yo, I'm about to fucking do it again. We're going to do no more this time. And
y'all, I might get disconnected. I'll be right back.
No worries. I'm actually going to pause. Pause, everybody. If you're just now tuning in to the Couch Chronicles, where it ain't no fucking limits. I do this every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday from 8 Central Time. Follow the Couch on all social media. Couch Chronicles No Limits on Spotify, Pandora, THA Couch on Facebook, TikTok, and Big O. Couch Chronicles No Limits on Instagram, and my main YouTube Instagram, and my .com, which is THA_JANELL. We're going to pause, take a break, and listen to a song, because you already know it's Shroom Talk, so you know we got to play shrooms. So I'm going to jump into shrooms. Make sure you go to my YouTube channel and run up the video, THA_JANELL. Let's see.
I love this. I love your podcast. I just met you.
Hey, thank y'all for vibing with me.
I said I'm headed to the moon. Hey, is you going or you not?
Right.
I thought you told me you was ready to go. So as I headed to your spot, hey, I'm in a whole nother realm, and I don't even think I'm ever coming down. Baby, I'm in a whole nother space. If you was here, then you can see it in my face. I'm so gonna get shroom. I'm so gonna get shroom. I'm so gonna get shroom.
Shout out to everybody that's tuned in.
So if you're looking for me, I'll be in my zone. Levitating, you wouldn't even know I'm gone. It's a celebration. Go ahead and drink up your Patron. Don't wanna be violent, so I'm turning off my phone.
Yes, this one does have a video.
I said I'm headed to the moon. Hey, is you going or you not?
It's on my YouTube channel.
Thought you told me you was ready to go. So as I headed to your spot, hey, I'm in a whole nother realm, and I don't even think I'm ever coming down. Baby, I'm in a whole nother space. If you was here, then you can see it in my face. I'm so gonna be
Hey, I love you too.
I'm so gonna be
Hey, Mr. Canada.
I'm so gonna be
This is actually me. I'm going to type it in. If you type this in on YouTube, it'll pop up.
Go with the flow, get at the toe, baby, take it some more. If you ain't know, baby, I'm kinda gone, baby. But if
And you can look it up on all
let's go, baby.
streaming platforms with just my name, Janelle, JANELL.
I'm so gone on the shrooms.
But the video is on my YouTube channel.
I'm so gone on these shrooms, yeah. Gone on the shrooms, hey, yeah. I said I'm headed to the moon. Hey, is you going or you not? Yeah. I thought you told me you was ready to go. Ready to go. Headed to your spot, hey, I'm in a whole
I sing about it. I sing about it. You can find that song. You can type in JANELL in any streaming platform and then type in Shrooms and it's going to pop up. The video is on my YouTube channel.
I'm the #1 streamer on that song.
Hey, it is the Couch Chronicles where it ain't no fucking limit. Stop playing. It's Shroom Talk. And before we wrap it up, I do want to... Oh, I got 2 people that want to come up. I do want to touch on one subject about shrooms real quick that, you know, since you guys said you have experience... Oh, where'd she go?
She spun out.
Man, she done spun out. This one might be a little too explicit. She might be like, wait a minute, I don't know what she gonna ask. Okay, so before we wrap it up, my last question, actually not even a question of, it's just some research that I was doing, and you know, if you guys don't know this or if you haven't experienced, they said that shrooms, they did a study and it actually helps with your sexual everything, basically. Like, do you feel like you're more stimulated when you're on shrooms? Do you feel like you more in love?
It's the come down. When you're coming down, at least for me, I have never been so ready in my life.
See, that's got for me, unfortunately, that's about the depressing thing about the mushrooms is every time I've used them, I was home alone and I was like, I just want to fucking touch somebody. Like, this is bullshit.
Yo, even in a non-sexual way, like physical touch.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
When you're tripping and when you're coming down, oh, it hits so different.
Like, that's literally the only downside is I'm like, there's nobody here.
Now, according to studies, it reported that you have a greater sexual arousal, attraction to your partner, as well as your own attractiveness. Like, you feel more of a connection with yourself. You also feel more of a connection with your mate. Like, when I take shrooms, like, when I take acid, I don't want to be bothered. I'm not going to lie. But when I take shrooms, like, I'm like, you know, I do want to touch. But it's like, we don't even have to have sex. Like, you can literally touch my arm and I'll be like...
It's the release of oxytocin because you're so much more sensitive. You're feeling that oxytocin. That
Bust the whole nut.
So much more.
Janelle, I got a question for you.
With acid is a disassociative.
True.
Shrooms isn't.
Since you make your own stuff, I'm fixing to be going on a long-ass work trip. Like, I'll be going to Texas for the next 6 months. Any chance I can maybe come up to OKC and grab something?
Of course. Stop playing.
Okay.
Stop playing. Now, whenever you do want to make your own candies, the best thing to do is you don't want to nook it. You don't want to get it too hot. If you're going to throw some heat on it, it's not a good idea. You can really fuck your shit up. For real.
Yeah, you're going to waste it.
For real. So welcome to the couch. Can you tell everybody who you are, where you're from, and where you're located?
How's it going? I'm only by create. I'm from San Francisco, California, and I live in Arizona.
Okay. Can you tell us about an experience that you had with shrooms? Does it, do you notice that you have more, a better sexual experience when you take shrooms?
Oh, no, ma'am. No, ma'am. When I do shrooms specifically, I'm more in touch with nature. I just want to be outside and look at a tree type shit.
Right. Okay.
It makes you appreciate nature so much.
Exactly. That's why you see a lot of people tree hugging, but they don't be in a caption like, yo, I'm on shrooms hugging trees and shit. No, that's why I say there's times where I could take a shroom. You said I'm a motherfucking bitch. Thank you so much. There's times where I could take a shroom and literally, if you touch my arm, I'm like, oh, baby. Like, my goodness. When my wife is like, my wife could just blow my neck and I'm like, it's over with. We got to do something else? We ain't even got to.
Yeah, you happily married. Keep rubbing it in. Keep rubbing it in. Shit.
Nah, me and Creator's supposed to go do shrooms in Niagara Falls when he comes up here to tap me.
We never planned that, but I'm hella down.
That was the plan.
This whole time.
You didn't know it was the plan, but it was the plan.
Well, on the way to the falls is the dispensary where they grow my shrooms, so it just kind of makes sense, you know?
Shout out to everybody that's tuned in trying to learn a little something about
and
shrooms.
It's like you're not coming all the way out here and not seeing one of the 8 wonders of the world. Like, that's illegal.
Okay, shout out to India. We see that you in the comments. I'm so sorry. We are wrapping it up. I do have a few more things to share. I'm so sorry, but we might do Shroom Talk again tomorrow. Like I said, last month we did it 2 days in a row. And it might happen again if I get enough inboxes like I did the last time. But I do want to say...
Y'all are shroom experts, though. Can I ask a quick question? Because I'm the uneducated new guy on all this. Mm-hmm. How long do shrooms stay in your system?
I'm glad you asked. Because after 24 hours, they're actually gone. Now, they do... The shelf life of it, 4.8 hours altogether, and then it's gone. 24 hours, you good.
Okay, and that's what I'd heard, but y'all being experts.
And another thing about that, specifically is, and I don't give a fuck what you guys think and what you say, but there's no specific drug test that's for that. They have a specific drug test for that. It's not just on no regular drug test.
See, and that's good. Like I don't really fuck with weed all that much, but I've come to like mushrooms.
You were on shrooms and getting tested at the hospital.
Right, it's not
well on it. There's no way for them to find it in your
at
system.
all. At all.
That is
because as soon as you start tripping,
it's okay.
That is it burning out of your system.
Exactly. So if you think for 1 second that, oh my God, I'm on probation, I took some shrooms, I gotta go test today, you're good to go.
That's
Amen.
You're good to go. So I'm from the hood. Like people doing shrooms, that's not like a normal thing where I'm from, right? So I noticed and I started doing psychedelics when I got into the court system for that exact reason, because I learned from other people. They can't test for this. There's no way for them to find out. If you really want to get high.
Right. Now, if they really, 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 really are looking for specifically shrooms, then it's not going to be on no 10 panel and it's not going to be on no 5 panel. They're going to have to really just
like I said,
do some digging.
They would have any chance of finding it is if you took a very large amount and you got tested or actively tripping.
Right. And you were 400 pounds. For real. Yeah, if you're 400 pounds and you take a whole half a pound of shrooms, then it's going to be in your system. It's going to show up in your drug test. Other than that, the shelf life, not the shelf life, but the life of it in your body is 24 hours is gone. Drug test, it's not there. It's like, enjoy yourself. Responsibly. Enjoy yourself responsibly.
Don't get shrooms from some random person.
Exactly. Don't go. Listen, anybody that get under your comments like, yo, I just got shipped such as, y'all know them damn motherfucking spam comments. Stop playing. Like, that's the feds, if you ask me.
Yeah,
shit.
You're trying to get locked up. Anybody who ships anything is not telling you that they ship anything.
Right. That's not how they doing it. They not doing it like that, my baby.
Nope, I don't.
I'm not under your comments saying none of that shit. You gotta know somebody to have my number.
Yeah.
But you not about to just be under no comments.
I ain't even promoted until you said it. You feel me? And I've been knowing about this. Okay, y'all. It's Shroom Talk on the couch. Now, before we hang up, I do want to say this. Regardless of how happy and how joyful we're making it seem, it's not for everybody. So do your research. Make sure that you know exactly what strain you're taking. That's Bella yarning in the back. Shout out to everybody that's in the comments. If you didn't get to come up today, I will do Shroom Talk tomorrow. You can cuss me out tomorrow. You're more than welcome to come back and do that. I'm not mad at you.
You're more than welcome. But you know, if you are looking to use shrooms to help improve your sex life, it takes about 6 months in your system, or not just like in your system, but 6 months consistently taking shrooms for it to improve your sex life the way that you want it. If you know what I mean. Like if you have a hard time getting hard, 6 months, take you some shrooms. And I'm telling you, you're probably gonna be harder.
This is a bonus.
Hey, fuck that. Hey, Papa's been stressed for a long time, bro. Give Papa a good time. Slip him a little shroom gummy. You feel me?
You're gonna be harder than a crackhead. Hey, don't play with me. That motherfucker gonna have you hard. If you have a hard time getting wet, you're gonna be an ocean. So.
So what was that piece you held up? I was curious. Smith or Glock?
It's a Glock 17 Gen 3.
Ooh, Gen 3. Stop playing. Stop playing.
I got a beam and a flashlight on it, but the fucking...
Now, tomorrow, if you guys do want to hear Shroom Talk again, I do have some more information. But we are wrapping it up. So, do you guys want to share something before we leave?
Be smart, be safe. If you have mental disabilities, if you have schizophrenic, schizotype disabilities, don't do psychedelics.
Well, I will... No. Pause.
Amen.
There is a way to do psychedelics if you are paranoid schizophrenic. Actually, let me say this before we hang up. Because this is actually happening right now in New York. New York, a top lawmaker has introduced a bill to legalize shrooms for adults that provided they obtain a they're gonna have like a little license that you're gonna have to get. Now, if you or a permit, if you get that permit in New York, once you get that permit, and anybody else that has that permit, you can sell or give them shrooms as well. So you can lawfully possess, share, and have shrooms as long as you have that permit. So I think that's a thing that they should do in all states.
I think that's awesome. There's therapists all around the country right now that are being granted special psilocybin therapy licenses.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I know all you guys have seen how they're doing with ketamine. Like you can get ketamine sent to your house now.
Right. Right.
And do ketamine sessions.
Right.
So it's like I feel like once the DA is already scheduling weed to Schedule 3, I believe, which is a really good thing. I don't ever believe that weed will ever be descheduled, like to nothing. I think it will say like if best case scenario, we'll get it down to Schedule 4 maybe.
I think we need a libertarian president for that.
But right now, as weed is becoming destigmatized more and more, I think we're at 32 out of 50 states where weed is either completely legal or medically legal. So I feel like with that, all these other substances are going to slowly but surely trickle into some form of legality.
Eventually, I think you're right.
I'm all for the decriminalization of all drugs because I don't believe it's anybody's right to tell an adult what they can or can't put in their body.
Okay, pause. I will say this because May 31st is fuck fentanyl on the couch. And all drugs, I feel like, except for fentanyl. Fentanyl, I feel like, needs to just be off the market, off the shelves, off the everything.
That shit's straight poison. I second that.
The only reason I can't 100% stand with that is because there is real medical usage for
there is, but you have to have a strict medical you gotta literally I don't think anybody should be able to leave off the facility
like that,
with it.
I believe substances like that should be one of those types of things that are kept under lock and key, under strict supervision.
Yes.
Like
that's a thing to be kept in a hospital, not anywhere near the streets.
I feel like it needs to be administered by a doctor or a hospital. If you need it, then you need to go to the emergency room or to your doctor?
No. I don't think it should be anything like that. I think they should let people who have been doing it, I think they should cut the supply, figure out where it's being made. It's being made. I can't say it on here. Don't want to hurt my social credit score, but we know where it's being made. We know where it's being manufactured at and shipped to. We know how it's getting here. It needs to be taken care of, and it needs to be eradicated. And the people who are addicted to it, it sucks to suck. You're gonna have to find a way to cope with it.
Right.
You're gonna have to quit. And if it kills you, that was the choice that you signed up for when you rolled that dice to take it. You know my stance on fentanyl. My best friend and my 15-year-old baby brother have both died from it. So for me, I have like no shame, tolerance for it whatsoever. Like, it's just one of those things where it's like, yo, you signed up for that. It's the same thing with heroin. See, like,
I'd agree, because that stuff has no place on the streets. But I mean, as far as like systems go, like, I'm an adonatologist and a libertarian, all right? I support big butts and small government. It's government's business what anybody does with their body.
Yeah, exactly.
Big butts.
I see you laughing, Janelle. I'm glad you recaught that.
Because you're crazy.
Like, how many of us have tattoos, right?
Oh, yeah.
You know, in some countries, like, if we all went to Australia,
definitely not you.
It'll be over with.
If we all went to Australia, none of us would be allowed into a club or a bar.
Yeah.
Apparently Japan, too. Apparently Japan tattoos are still associated with the Yakuza.
So because I'm white, right? Because I'm white.
No way.
She's black. He wouldn't get a pass. Where? You know what I'm saying. I'm not white.
I can't believe I'm black.
I'm not white, but we're gonna call it what society calls it, right?
That's just a hell of a tan.
Because it's not about how we feel; it's about how society feels, right? So, if we went to Japan, it would be different because we're clearly tourists, right? And they want our money. But somebody like Create, who looks like he could come from some kind of Asian descent, that's not gonna cut.
Let me see your ass. No, I'm playing.
He looks like a tattooed Kirk from Scrubs. Or Kirk from Scrubs.
That's hilarious. I've never seen that, and now that you said that, that is fucking hilarious. I'm gonna change your name in my phone.
Man, I can't.
It's all Scrubs when I call.
Let me make sure that I get a screenshot.
I'm dead.
Because
Casper is right. There will always be a stigma over tattoos. Tattoos will always be
absolutely.
And it's crazy because it's just pictures on my body.
It's funny because I got a 50-50. So on one, I've got a Schofield revolver with an American flag in it. I can see how that one might be looked at wrong. The other one, I got a T-Rex on my calf just because I'm a fucking nerd and I like dinosaurs.
man, I got all type of shit. If y'all just now tuning in, it's the Couch Chronicles, where it ain't no fucking limits. It was Shroom Talk, and again, I did Shroom Talk 2 days in a row last month. And if you guys want it again, just inbox me because we can do it again tomorrow. So just inbox me.
Do it again tomorrow. I'm posting on my story. I'm making a poll.
Say less. Say less. Well, I will see you guys tomorrow. It's the Couch Chronicles, where it ain't no fucking limits. I love y'all sending positive vibes, love, and energy. And if you haven't already done so, make sure that you check on your strong people. Check on everybody that you fuck with. Anybody that you love, fuck with, you check on them. Anybody that's in the hospital, do a wellness check. If you know anybody that's locked up, write them. I'm not saying put money on their books. That's a plus. But write your peoples. Don't forget about your peoples.
If you
I love y'all.
Shit, show you give a shit before it's too late to show that shit.
Exactly. Exactly. And I already got merch available right now, so you can wear me on a shirt before I pass away. It's the Couch Chronicles, and it ain't no fucking limits. I love you guys. Have a good night. Ew. Ew.